G'day mates, welcome back to Asagao Academy. And last time, we had our first couple of campaign meetings with Paul, Nick, and Josh, and I like to think that we were fruitful in doing them. However, we just started Chapter 3, and it turns out Paul, Nick, and Josh are doing weird propaganda articles in the newspaper talking Paul up as like a hero or something. And we are venting our frustrations to Mai, and Mai has something big for us. Anyway, Mai paused from clipping her toenails, looking me full on in the face. I put down my brush, knowing something big was coming. Well, why not just do it yourself?
What?
What? It's not like you needed his permission or anything, especially not if you're going from the perspective of some random student. Why not try to humanize him a bit? Tell some cute little anecdotes about him and have someone else submit it for you.
Bingo.
I mean, I don't like to brag, but I like to consider myself something of a writer. I can help you whip something up real quick and you can submit it as a letter to the editor. What do you say? What do you say?
I don't know.
I don't know. What if he gets mad? That must support what they're going for.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you have to step away from a group when you know what they're doing is wrong. Wasn't that the whole reason he had you in the first place? But I guess it's up to you in the end. What do you want to do? Oh, go. Okay. So, the problem we have here is Paul, Nick, and Josh are kind of talking themselves up, or talking Paul up as if he were a superhero sort of thing in the newspaper. And yeah, he could stand to use a little bit of humanizing. But the thing is it really our place to do that? I mean, we're just a manager, we're not like the face, so to speak. But, okay. And also, another point against the publish an article option is there's other chances for Paul to be humanized, I think. Like, didn't Paul said something about an interview with on PB&J during chapter, like he mentioned in chapter 2, and clearly we haven't had that yet because I would think that'd be an important event that happens. And so maybe having him talk to people would kind of humanize him a bit, I would think, because I'm sure that whoever's asking him questions, or if it's an interview, he's going to be asked questions that relate to the campaign, so he can like detail what his plans are then, and maybe he'll come off as human. So I'd say, I mean, we could publish an article to have something before that interview, if we have that interview, but what if it backfires? I'm not feeling the risk for publishing an article, so we're gonna let it be. No, I don't think we should. I'm part of the campaign, but it's not my campaign to run. I don't want to step on his toes like that. If you say so, Hana, I thought it was a good idea. But actually, while we're on the topic of Paul, how goes the whole field situation? Mai and I hadn't spoken about it since the articles came out. She knew exactly how much attention like that bothered me. I don't really know anymore. Not feeling him so much? It's not that I'm not feeling him, it's just like, I don't get it. We've been having trouble just communicating each other. It's like he's on the second floor, and I'm on the first. We're trying to talk through the level between us. We're just not seeing things clearly. So, you don't like him anymore? It's not that, it's... if things were a bit easier.
I don't know.
I don't know. I nodded solemnly. I hope you at least learn how to stand your ground with those guys. I know they're not doing it on purpose, but you shouldn't take that kind of treatment just because they don't mean it. Okay. Seeing the look on my face, Mai turned back to her toenails. No matter how I protested, Paul kept trying to teach me various aspects of public speaking, from proper diction to answering questions off the cuff. It wasn't working. I heard that last year Paul uses presidential funding on donuts for the students in his classroom instead of the improvements to the school that he promised. Is this true? I wasn't here last year, so I can't really answer that. So it's true then.
No!
No, that's not what I said. I stamped my foot and Paul made a face at me. How many times do I have to say this? When it comes to interviews, it's the gaps in information that count. If you can't concretely deny something, people will assume it's true. And you can't keep caving under pressure like that. People are going to get mean. I collapsed into a chair, head in my hands. You're taking this way too seriously. It's just a school election, and I keep telling you I'm not cut out for this. But you are. I can see it in you. You've got that spark. If you would just believe in yourself, you'd be able to do this easily, but instead you keep insisting you can't. Haven't you heard anything is possible? Anything might be possible, but this isn't one of them. Just use Nick or Josh. You can trust them not to mess up.
No.
No, if I took them, I'd get too focused on joking around. I need to maintain my image. Your image? What's the wrong if people see you as, I don't know, an actual human? Paul pursed his lips. Oh. Right, and when that happens, if you ever needed to do something like this outside of school, what happens if, say, your father gets in trouble? I bristled. What about my father? You said he runs his own business, right? What if a customer steals from him, but there's no way to prove it other than your word, and the police come to question you? Your father can get in a lot of trouble simply because you aren't convincing. In fact, you can cause suspicion with the way you're acting. Leave my father out of this! Paul rolled his eyes. Calm down, Hana. It's just a hypothetical situation. I'm only trying to help you. I shook my head. I don't want your help, okay? Not when you keep trying to force me to be something I'm not. When I started to leave, he didn't even try to stop me. He just turned to the window, hands on top of his head. Dot, dot, dot. The interview with PB&J was only 2 days away. If I was going to be forced to participate, should I at least give it my best shot? That was the rationale that kept me coming back to practices that were only helpful and frustrating the hell out of both of us. At this rate, more practice just means a stiff and awkward interview. 2 campaigners, no chemistry, no desire to get along. Dot, dot, dot. Oh, no. Okay, so... Yes, I get it. Practice sucks. However, I feel that we should keep practicing, purely because even if we come off as a little bit stiff, at least we know how to answer questions. Whereas if we leave it, well, we're not going to know how we're going to do, and if we have an interview and Hana doesn't know what she's doing, well, it won't turn out too well, I don't think. So we're going to keep practicing. I put my stuff back down, a grudging sigh escaping me. Look, Paul, I'm sorry. It's just really frustrating. I don't feel like you're listening to me at all. Paul turned around, shaking his head. It's not that I'm not listening to you, it's that I'm listening to what you're really saying.
Hana.
You have drive, ambition, talent. I don't know why you're insisting on a life of inadequacy. Are you scared or something? I stared at him, unsure whether I was more angry about his arrogance and presuming he knew about me, or the fact that what he said might have a grain of truth in it. No, Hana. Be nice. Don't be mean. Took a deep breath, then looked at him. Let's write a script. If there's a script, I might be able to make it out of the interview in one piece. But can't you just compromise with me on just this one thing? Dot, dot, dot. Fine, script it is. I pulled out a notebook as Paul went to the chalkboard and started drafting ideas for what he wanted to cover. This way, Paul would answer all the unexpected questions. I can give standard responses to questions as needed. It wasn't a perfect system. I was sure I would stutter or forget an answer somewhere, but it was better than nothing. Better than arguing. Paul suggested topics, and I gave feedback on what I thought appropriate. In no time, we had a list of real topics and our list of goofy inside jokes we'd made up. It was weird. When things were like this, we got along so well. Why couldn't it be like this all the time? That day at lunch, Paul could not stop telling everyone about the script we come up with together. He was ecstatic. As the others nodded and commented my idea, I felt for the first time that I was actually contributing something to the group. Nick, however, wasn't too enthusiastic. When I shot him a questioning look, he shrugged but refused to say anything. Whatever was bothering him, it seemed keeping the peace was more important. As I neared the club room, I started to hear strange noises, howling, screeching, stomping. It sounded like there was a zoo in there. I paused at the door, absolutely dreading what I would find when I opened it. After staying there for 5 straight minutes, the noises inside never ceasing, my curiosity got the better of me and I opened the door, cracked a peek inside. Nothing could have prepared me for what I saw inside. Oh, no. Paul, Nick, and Josh were standing in the room, each in their own exaggerated poses. Paul was doing some sort of karate pose, his arms in a T-Rex position. Nick was doing an endless pirouette in the center of the room. And Josh had somehow got his leg behind his head and was bouncing on the remaining one. Paul, who was facing the door, pointed. The rest turned on me, scenting their prey. No. There was a moment of silence. Adrenaline struck me, my heart beating rapidly. I shut the door, turned, and ran. That must be repeated. Okay, that didn't need repeated, but close enough. Then they all started yelling, presumably all in with Nick's yell. It was too late, a stampede of shoes hitting the tile floors. Hana! Ugh. Hana! I'm sorry. With the speed at which I apologized, it sounded like a spell to keep me safe from harm. Like Obliviate. Come back here, Hana! Their footsteps echoed down the hall as they continued to chase after me. We weren't doing anything weird, alright? You didn't see anything. The trio was getting on me, their legs longer, faster. I took a glimpse behind me, but it was all a fleeting blur. It was a dance battle, you know, like an interpretive dance. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. What? With that last-ditch effort at an apology, I ducked into the nearest girl's bathroom. To my horror, the door opened behind me. They followed me in. I turned around, backing up. They advanced on me. You should have known, Hana, that they would not respect the fact that this is a girl's bathroom. I remember to Josh the incident. Hana, we've been thinking. Perhaps you need a bit of an introduction to what it means to live a continued lifestyle. Oh no. I don't really think that's necessary. Of course it is. How long have you spent living this shy, quiet life of yours? It's been... 2 years? That was a rhetorical question, but I'm impressed by your quick answer. Looks like Paul's lessons are paying off. I hit the back wall. There was nowhere for me to go. You know, this is gonna look terrible if somebody walks in on us. Don't worry, no one will. Oh no. I crouched to the floor, whimpering. The last thing I remember was their hands reaching for me, a cry escaping my lips. Help! No! This is terrible! You can do it, Hana girl! Now add the apple! I stood on the teacher's desk, my shoes tracking stains all over his notes, pineapples in either hand. An apple was placed onto my forehead, and the 3 boys skipped giddily to the back of the room. Save me, someone! What? Save me, someone!
Yeah!
You're perfectly safe. Pencils don't hurt that bad if they miss, and we won't graduate to scissors until we've gotten really good. Doesn't it feel good to take risk? Doesn't it feel good to live? I hate you all. In retrospect, I should have published the article, I think. This is what's gonna happen. One thing was for sure, life of the Continue Boys was always interesting. I'm actually crying from laughing so hard. What the heck? Okay, and welcome back to PB&J. Oh God. Your somewhat nightly talk show / music thing / news source. Tonight we've got a real special treat for you. Just trust me, we really do. It's our current student body president, Paul Ritchie, his campaign manager type person, transfer student Hana. PB and John clap politely. Politely for us as Paul leans into the microphone, chuckling. Thank you so much for having us on. It really means a lot to us that we're able to come and spread our message to the world.
Yeah!
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So we have a lot of questions planned for this segment, but we also want to take a few questions from our callers. We'll give you guys a bit of a warm-up while we wait for our callers to get their questions in, shall we? PBG and John started asking all the standard questions about Paul's campaign. Why was he running? What was his platform? What did he get done last year? Paul winked at me as the question started, and I answered for him, hesitantly at first, but gaining confidence over time. That a girl. PB and John were good, kind hosts, neither of them keen on exploiting their friends for increased viewership. Because of that, even when I said something that sounded a bit like it could be taken the wrong way, PBG had me clarify, and John told jokes to lighten a fairly boring conversation. Paul patted me gently on the back, so as not to be heard over the microphone, and I beamed with pride. Maybe he had a point. Maybe it wasn't as bad as public speaking as I thought. It's hard for me to talk in front of people too before. Well, that was enlightening. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you for the enlightening conversation. Now for our break. For our first caller. Back. For our first caller, excuse me. It was John's line, not Publica's line. PG made a face at John, who grinned. Apparently he wanted to get right to the good stuff. Off our first caller, Kate, you're on. Right, so this first question's for Hannah. Why is your hair all pink and whatever? Like, what are you trying to do? Adrenaline pumped through my veins, so completely taken off guard I was, but Paul hastily leaned into the microphone and answered for me.
Yeah!
It's all natural. She was born that way, baby. Is that even possible? Apparently so, and Han's here to prove it. Thanks for your question. I shot Paul a grateful smile, and he sat back proud. Slow, drawling voice crawled over the line next. I knew instantly who it was. So, what does Paul think he has over Jeff that gives him a competitive edge? Paul shot forward immediately.
Well...
First of all, I don't run smear campaigns. I run my campaign honestly, with clear communication to the people I intend to serve. Secondly, this year will mark my second year as president, and I'll finally be able to implement the plans I was working on all last year. About the second year, that first year is basically wasted. So you wasted your first year in office, and you want people to elect you because you promised this time they'll be different? Paul bit his lip. He'd fallen into exactly the trap he tried to keep me out of. Legislation's complicated, and it took a while for it all to get through, but you'll see the effects of these changes this year if Paul gets elected. Paul shot me a brief thumbs up, but then he encountered.
Really?
And Jeff can't make good legislation. Why? Both Paul and I froze. I glanced at him. I didn't even know whether it was possible for Jeff to do such a thing, but judging by the look on Paul's face, it was.
Well,
only I know all the changes I meant to put into place, and so a few could fall through the cracks. And if you aren't elected, you of course won't tell Jeff what your plans were, because you are rivals and you don't actually want the best for the school. Hot damn! Ian was a lean, mean, rhetoric-spouting machine. Seeing our struck faces, John grabbed the microphone. Sorry, buddy, but you've been hogging the line. We'll have to take the next caller. ... Dot. For the next hour, the majority of the calls were full of inane questions. Little things like Paul's favorite color or the funniest thing that ever happened to continue in public. The answers were interesting, and judging from the laughter they inspired, I felt like the interview could still be a net win for us, a way to show the world Paul's true personality firsthand. Thank God. Despite all his seriousness and intense passion, he was a fun and mischievous guy, and rather lighthearted when it didn't involve the campaign. The more student body saw that side of him, the more successful we would be. I truly thought that. At least, until the last question came. And we're about to wrap up, but we have just enough time for one last quick question.
What's up?
So, caller 68, you're on the line. Oh no. Yes, hi. I would like to know, is it true that Hana and Paul are dating?
What?
What? I burst out immediately, then clamped a hand over my mouth, but it was too late. Mimi was cackling on the end of the line. Damn it, Mimi. Miss Mizuno and I are just friends. We have a purely platonic relationship. Isn't that right, Hana? I looked at Paul, color filling my cheeks. Yes, there are no romantic feelings. Well, I mean, we're not dating, so... My mumbles faded into the background as my ears began to hum, anxiety taking over. Not that Paul isn't great, he really is, and any girl would be glad. Somebody please shut me up! I looked in horror from John to PBG, and PBG dove in, seeming somewhat disturbed himself. And we're out of time. Thank you so much, everybody, for such a great show. Bye-bye. Oh, no. Curse you, Mimi. He shut off the recording and took us off the air and crossed over to me.
Hana,
are you alright? Okay. I buried my face in my hands, not wanting to look anybody in the face, and definitely not Paul. I messed up really badly. It wasn't that bad, don't worry. Nobody should have asked such a personal question like that. It's not your fault for not being able to handle it. Fuji trailed off and rustling came from next to me. Paul gathered his papers and stood, face blank as a calm lake. Thank you so much for having us on. He extended his hand to John, oddly professional. John shook it half-heartedly.
later.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. It was irrational, but I watched him leave with a pang striking my heart. I messed up, not him. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. I told him from the very, very beginning that I wasn't cut out for this. Hana, no. That question was way out of line. Seriously. Don't stop bashing yourself for this. Even with all of his stupid practice and his stupid belief in me, I still screwed everything up. I'm such a failure.
No.
No, you're not. Damn straight, PBG. PBG patted me hesitantly on the back. John raised an eyebrow. You could have answered it better. Shut up, John. John? What? I'm just telling the truth. I'm not attacking the poor girl. So, you got the hots for Paul, then? PBG stopped patting me. My face colored yet again. I could feel it happening, and it was a dead giveaway even if I said nothing to confirm it. John nodded, throwing a rubber ball into the air and catching it. He's a tough nut to crack. Even tougher to read. You got your work cut out for you, girl. Was it obvious? Maybe not to him. He's a master at telling himself one thing and never looking at the alternatives. Not if they complicate matters. That's why Nick and Josh are so good for him. They're a perfect team together. Don't push him. That's my advice. He's not one to rush things. Not personal things, anyways. If he comes around, he comes around, and it'll be of his own accord. I nodded. It was weird getting romantic advice. Solid advice from John, but I was grateful in any case. You know, it is weird getting solid advice from John. Sorry he couldn't help save that one poor guy's parents' marriage and whatnot. This was an episode that he did a while ago. PBG frowned next to him, not seeming interested in the topic. I was too embarrassed to stay. Thank you for saving me, PBG, both times. PBG heaved a heavy sigh. My mom would get mad at me if I did anything less. What a gentleman. PBG smiled sadly. And on deck now. It's still fairly light out, but it won't be for much longer.
See you later.
Good luck. I nodded.
Bye.
Thanks, Sean. Hi, Mina. Jesus Christ, that was awful.
What the hell?
What the hell was that? Who's here so early in the morning? Mai, grumpy from a late night on the volleyball court, threw a pillow at the door with a hiss. Don't you have any manners? I don't yell. I'll stop yelling when that idiot stops knocking. I hastily rose and flicked on the light, leading to a sputter of terrible curses from Mai. Crucio, Imperio, Avada Kedavra, Sempasora. I think that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, who's there?
Hana.
Hana, can I talk to you? It was Paul! Oh god. I glanced quickly in the mirror, trying to pat down my bed head, then suddenly became conscious of the fact that I was in my pajamas. Braless. Can you wait? I will murder you. Never mind. With a sigh, I pulled open the door and stepped out into the hallway.
Hey.
Hana, hey, sorry I came so early, but I wanted to talk to you about something. I crossed my arms over my chest and nodded, distinctly not looking forward to whatever this conversation was going to bring. It was just bothering me all night, so I came over here first thing. I know I might have seemed a little angry after the interview yesterday. Images from the night before came floating back to me, my head in my hands, Paul's stony face, PBT's sad smile, and John's raised eyebrow. Oh. Yeah, I don't want you to feel bad. I nodded slowly, not believing him for an instant. Well, I believe they didn't want me to feel bad, but there was no way after the time and energy spent preparing me for that interview that he wasn't still upset about it. And then there was that ending. Did he know how I felt about him? Is that why he was doing this? Because he didn't want me angsting over the boy I was in love with? I swallowed hard. Pathetic.
Well...
Actually, I was hoping that you might want to go somewhere with me tonight, to make up for it. I know it put a lot of pressure on you and everything. My head snapped up. Paul was grinning at me. Oh god. I figured we'd take a stroll around the mall, maybe grab a bite to eat or something.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
It's the least I can do, you know? Well... Sure, I'd love to go.
Aw, sick!
Great! I'll come get you later today then. Oh, no meeting today. I think we deserve a bit of a day off. He snapped at me a finger gunned. I nodded, completely at a loss for what was happening.
Alright, see ya.
Right, so, see you tonight. Have a great day in class, Hana. With a last charming smile, he set off down the hall. I whirled around, standing behind me, evidently having heard some portion of the conversation, was Kakasu. Oh. I think I said this before in the LP, but Kakasu is a word that means something along the lines of like being hidden or hiding or something like that in Japanese. This is interesting. Is it? What happened between me and Paul is really none of her business. I glared at her to prove it. Kakasu slowly nodded, eyes faintly glowing. You seem to have a much higher allocation of luck than other humans in this area. Allocation of luck? One must wonder whether your hair gives you luck, or whether your luck caused your hair. I darted a hand up to my head, then wrapped it around my doorknob. I've got to go get ready for class. Kakasu nodded slowly, then smiled. Good morning. I blinked. She looked at me expectantly. Good morning? You're up early. I hope you do well in class today. Kaku skipped down the hallway as if completely unaware of the stiff conversation we just had. I shook my head. Too much was happening too early in the morning. With a sigh, I head back into my room, ready to face the onslaught of questions from a definitely eavesdropping Mai inside. As we waited in the lunch line for our food, my buzz of anticipation for an impending date. How do your makeup and your hair? We'll totally knock his socks off. He won't know what hit him. Serves him right for taking so long to acknowledge your greatness. I bit my lip. My level of excitement was matched only by my dread. I wanted the date to go well, I really did, but I was terrified of screwing something up. After all, I thought the flower festival was supposed to be my first ever date, and that went in a completely different direction from what I anticipated. This was my first real date. I did not intend to mess it up, but somehow I was sure I would.
Hey, what's up?
Are you listening? Jean jacket or sweater? I'm asking for your opinion on your outfit. Jacket? I nod.
Perfection.
Great choice. I can definitely work with that. You look great in blue. With the last of the treacle on our plates, we started across the cafeteria. Then something caught my eye. Jeff and Ian were sitting at the hidden block table, heads together. They were definitely plotting something again, and after the interrogation Ian gave us last night, I was not in the mood to sit and watch it happen. Then again, I didn't want to cause a scene. What should I do? Oh, Christ. Okay, well, I think. You know, Ian grilled us so hard, and we have yet to... You know, I'm kind of curious as to what Jeff's planning for this whole campaign thing, as we haven't really heard much about it, other than the stupid poster and his other poster. So, thinking interrupting them might be a good idea. We could alternatively leave it alone and just shrug it off, I guess. But, alright, we'll interrupt them. Why not? Why cross the floor without me, turning back to motion for me to hurry up? Instead, I marched straight over, plopped myself down at the hidden block table right between Ian and Jeff, and started salting my food. Feeling salty, aren't we? Hana?
Hello.
Why, hello there, friend. Nice to meet you here. I figured we'd all have a friendly chat about the campaign, seeing as we're all in the same boat and everything. Jeff and Ian stared at me. After a second, Ian shrugged. You're on your own, man. He turned away, joining in a conversation Jimmy and Luke were having about the friendship-destroying effects of marionette party. Okay. I smiled at Jeff, watching his mind quite clearly erase behind his friendly smile. So, nice interview last night, huh? About that. I held up a hand. It's fine. I'm not gonna yell at you or anything. You were completely within your rights to ask those questions. They're only questions after all. Was I? Of course, this being the case, I hope you can find it in your heart to answer my questions. It's only fair, seeing as you seem to be avoiding interviews in all forms of media. He cleared his throat, gazing just to the right of my face. Yeah, you know, I mean, I don't like how once you say something in the media, it's there forever. If I misspoke, that would go down in history as my opinion, so I've been staying away from it. Something that Trump should have done. Anyway, I sniffed. Interesting. So you won't mind if it's just a private conversation between friends? No, I guess not. In that case... A pineapple cube in my mouth, the sheer intensity of my anger biting me through the otherwise uncomfortable conversation. Why are you even running for president? Let me guess, you want to change the world too? Jeff set down his milk carton with a sigh. This is the other reason I don't want to do interviews. My explanations for things aren't very good. I'm a fourth year, and I'm about to graduate. Job market is looking really competitive, and I want to get into my top college. I realized that, a competitive video gaming club as my primary extracurricular wasn't going to help me much with that. No, if anything, it hurt my goals. So I thought, what is something I could do? And then I saw Jared and Paul arguing in the hallway about posters. Jared was all, the student council doesn't even do anything. And I was like, you know, he's got a point there. Paul promised a lot of stuff, and he didn't follow through. Yeah, but he's going to this year. Yeah, but that doesn't really matter, does it? He said he changed things last year, and he went back on his word. Easy as that. I figured if I could get even a couple of things done, I'd be a better president than him, and it'd look good on my college resume. Everybody wins.
We'll see.
I honestly didn't think he cared as much, but I guess he committed to it, so I better follow through. Jeff shrugged and took another swig of his chocolate milk. I stared down at my food. Maybe it was the matter-of-fact way Jeff explained it, but I felt like I couldn't be mad at him anymore. He didn't have as good a reason as Paul, but he was still trying to do his best for the student body, and nobody said he had to go into leadership positions selflessly. No, it might have been possible to be totally unselfish. Maybe it was better to go and knowing exactly what you want out of the experience. In any case, it certainly wasn't wrong. I was unable to argue with his reasoning. I kind of hated him for it.
Well,
Thanks then. That's all I wanted to know, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. Jeff watched me stand up, surprised, and he smiled. Well, best of luck to both of us. He held a hand out for me, but both my hands were occupied holding my tray. I pulled my knee up and knocked his hand with it. Likewise. Then, disregarding the odd stares and rest cafeteria, I went back to Norblut's club. You fraternized with the enemy! Traitor! Haha, very funny. I made eye contact with Paul, who smirked at me. For the rest of the lunch period, I stared at my food, completely insensible. A date with Paul? I must be dreaming. Oh my gosh, it's him! It's totally him! And we'll do this date next time. We've gone for a little long. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you all later. Ciao!